to Manna Reads. This is the episode of Manna Recommends, where I go over books that I personally enjoy and that I would recommend to all of you. I want to thank you for coming back to my videos. Today is a very special Valentine's Day edition. So I'm going to talk about my favorite romance books. Some, actually, most of them are from my spicy collection. So I don't know what to tell you. But I hope you, but others, I do have like at least, I do have like one that's kind of like tame. I have different tastes, but it just so happens that today they were all just spicy. I don't know. But just comment on which one you think would be a good one for you to pick up or to read, or just let me know your own recommendations of what what kind of romance novels you like to read, and which ones that I think would be that I would enjoy. And so yeah, so just feel free to comment down below and just let me know what you think. So the first book that I want to talk about is called The Darkest Night. I guess you can say it's been well loved by me. So this is actually it's a series of books, so it's not just one. But this is the first one in the series. So Maddox here is possessed by a demon. I'm not gonna spoil everything, but he's possessed by a demon, and he meets this lady who kind of helps him along the way. And so basically this is also kind of is inspired or kind of has elements of Greek mythology. So the thing or the hook about this book is that all of the men that live in this one house were actually Greek warriors who got cursed, basically. So if you're familiar with Pandora's box, so you know that Pandora was given a box by the gods and she was told not to open it. But of course she did. And so when she did, like all of the, calamities kind of, went out like into the world. And so it's kind of like about the warriors who were with Pandora and, got cursed along with the box opening. So it's actually really good. If you like Greek mythology and you like kind of spun in a different way, I recommend these. Fun fact, I also wanted to get a butterfly tattoo like this. I don't have any tattoos, but maybe one day. And then the second recommendation that I have for you all today on the special Valentine's Day edition is by Renyon Bird. It's called Edge of Desire. So this is my first shifter story. It's about Sheriff Riley Buchanan. He's a cop. And he's from a small town, but he has a secret. He has a dark secret. And so he meets a woman who kind of like triggers his carnal desires and all that good stuff. Yeah. So when I first picked this up, I thought it was super spicy. It's kind of probably more tame. A lot of the books that I thought were super spicy when I got them are probably very tame now, considering all the other things that I read. But at the time, they were pretty spicy. Yeah. So this is by Renyon Bird. She's also a really good romance writer. If you like paranormal, yeah, if you like more paranormal stuff, or if you like kind of urban fantasy, she's your girl. Same thing with Jenna Showalter. They're both actually really good. They're two of my favorite romance authors of like all time. I have like most of their books. The other book that I have is a Regency romance. Regency romance usually deals with Thing About Pride and Prejudice or Sense and Sensibility. It's kind of along those lines. But it's another one of my favorite authors, Catherine Coulter. This one is called The Wild Baron. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah. This one is about a girl who kind of got into a sham marriage. Back in the day, I guess they didn't really have good record keeping. Uh, anyway, but she gets kind of rescued by by the by the man's older brother, and she has to live in his house for whatever reason, and you know chaos ensues, because there's like there's a secret with the house. The house is not completely normal, and they find an ancient artifact. So it's just really, I mean, it's really good. But there's a lot of random things that happen that you're like, what? Like, why is this in this book? But it makes for a fun ride, I think. I like books that you think they're gonna be a certain way, and most of the time, it is pretty predictable. But at the same time, they like to throw, some curveballs in the mix, so it's like, a bit more fun, and it's not just like your cut and paste like romance novel. So I generally enjoy her. She does that a lot. She like adds different elements to the novels. I mean, they still end up to spoiler alert, they still end up together. Like no one thinks that, in romance novels that no one's gonna end up with that person, right? But like, it just makes it a little less cut and paste, I would say. She's really good. I like her a lot. So definitely check her out. She's been in the business for like ever. The other book I had for you today is also by, well, I have one more book that I'm going to show you after this. But this is also by Renyon Bird. It's called Rush of Darkness. So this is about a psychic vampire and another like secret agent cop man. And so Rain is the main character. So it's a female lead. She's a psychic vampire, and she has to work with said police officer to defeat an ancient evil. And things happen that are sexy, because that's what, if they say they don't judge a book by its cover, but for romance novels, yes, definitely judge a book by its cover. Because it's gonna tell you pretty much what the book is about. Romance novels, that's what I love about them. They're very cut and dry. They're very clear. Like, you don't really have to guess, unless it's like a romance, like historical romance novels. This is an old cover. I'm sure there's an updated cover that is different than this, but you couldn't really tell what the book was about just by like reading the cover. I guess by the title, The Wild Baron, spoiler alert, he's not really that wild. But it's still a good read. Then the last book I'm going to share with you today, or the last book that I'm going to recommend, is called The Darkest Seduction. So this is part of the Greek, the Lords of the Underworld trilogy, or it's not really a trilogy. There's like more books, but it's part of that. But this is the story of Paris and Senna. Senna got possessed by the demon of wrath, and Paris here is possessed by the demon of promiscuity. Yeah, what are you gonna do? You've been cursed for about like 800 years. Like, why not? Anyway, but they end up meeting each other, and having to work together for a lot of for to try to like defeat evil, and and they end up falling in love, because as I said, romance novels, there's only one direction it goes, and that's like falling in love and maybe getting married. I mean, the getting married part, at least now, is not like that like prevalent anymore. But like when I like Catherine Coulter, like any historical romance novel that I've ever read has always had them getting married in the end. So that's pretty much like the thing, which is fine, because sometimes you just want a happy ending and you want to read that's like kind of quick. Although this book is like actually the thickest one out of all of them that I shared with you. But it's pretty easy to get through. What I used to love about Harlequin books, because this is actually produced or not produced, but they were published by Harlequin. What Harlequin used to do back in the day is one, they would give you like little previews of like, I don't know if you can see that, but little previews of like their newest romance novels. This book I've had forever, so they're not new anymore. And they used to tell you, actually this one is pretty helpful because they kind of she gives you a glossary like at the back, like telling you like who everyone is, so that's helpful. And then what you could do, or what you used to be able to do back in the day, is you could order them directly from the novel. Like you would fill this out and you would send it in to Harlequin, and they would, send you the books and they would give you like a free gift. I don't know if you can still do this. I actually kind of want to try it just to see if it'll still work, but I doubt it. This book is very old. Yeah, so that's what you used to be able to do with Harlequin books. Like any Harlequin, well, not, I'm not sure, but any Harlequin book, but like the books that I would buy, they would all come with that insert or that advertisement like randomly in the middle of the book. And so you could like write in and like they would give you books. I mean, you'd have to buy them, but like they would give you like free gifts, which I thought was kind of neat back in the day. I really am very curious about if that's still a thing that they do. I don't think so, but now they have a website and stuff. It's all very modern now. So anyway, that's the end of the video. It was very short today because there's not a whole lot you can say about romance novels other than if you like them, you like them, or if you don't, then you don't. But like, I would say that if you're kind of like hesitant about romance novels, just give them a try. You might like them. You might find that, maybe after a busy day doing whatever it is that you're doing, that, you want something to relax with and you want something to just have fun with. And I think romance novels fit a very good role for that. There's some that are very like tame. That are about like hand holding in the country. So there's something for everybody. That's what I really love about romance novels. It's not just the smutty ones. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of smutty ones, you can find them definitely if that's your taste, but you can find ones that are like in the middle. You can find ones, like I said, that are very like just hand holdy, like in the park, if you like Jane Austen. I love Jane Austen, by the way. And those are romance novels, like even if they're about like at large, they're about society and stuff, but mostly they're romance novels too. And they don't have any hand holding. I mean, barely sometimes, and people really enjoy those. And she's very popular still, so there's something for everybody. So just don't knock it before you try it, basically. Anyway, so those are some of the books that I would recommend to you for Valentine's Day, or any day really, like it doesn't matter. But what are some of your favorites? Just comment down below. And I want to thank you all for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please, I now have a Discord that you can join. It is free. It's just to build a larger community, and also to see about forming a book club. That would be something that I would want to do like in the future, because I think that would be fun. And if you want to check out any of the books I mentioned, I will leave a link in the description box below. And if you enjoy any of my content, please consider buying me a coffee or checking out my shop on Redbubble. That would mean a lot to me. Also, if you do decide to check out any of these books on Amazon, if you use my affiliate link, I will get a portion of the earnings for that. So you don't have to do anything extra. You just already going to purchase the books. So I just get a little bit like off the top. So that would also help me as well. Because yeah, if you like content, just please support and just think about it. Yeah. Oh, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also, you can just subscribe to me. That would also, that's free. So, you don't have to spend any money for that. That would also be more than helpful. And don't forget to check on that bell icon so you never miss a video. My next video will be dropping on Thursdays. I'm continuing reading chapter 4. I'm going to be continuing on Heaven's Official Blessing, chapter 4. So don't miss out on that. And I want to thank you all for watching. And I hope you have a great Valentine's Day. Bye-bye.